Hello.
Hello.
It's another episode, another
Yes.
meeting.
We're here again.
Yes. So you could say we're experts and we're here.
Since when are we experts at anything?
Oh wait, we're not experts, but we're here. As you can read on, if you, for those actually watching don't listen to this podcast, you can see on the tiles on the wall it says we're not experts, but we're here.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what you were on about there.
Me being an expert.
But
No.
but as you know, the tiles are always right.
Yes. The tiles which
that's how it's written, Shul. That's how it's written.
it's written in the tiles.
Yeah. Anyway.
Who needs the Bible if you have tiles in your bathroom?
I reckon surely there's like Bible quotes on tiles. Can you complete the entire Bible in tiles?
You're gonna need a lot of bathroom for this one.
And how big does your bathroom need to be?
Yeah.
Just an entire pool, just like.
I think a lot of like Americans or non-Dutch people are just confused.
Yeah. So if you look above us, there's like the little tiles with the text on them. It's a very, not just even a Dutch thing. It's like in a specific region in the Netherlands. This is like a thing, but it has spread throughout the entire country, of course. But you know, that's where it's from. I think there's Zeus. Is that?
Not sure.
Whatever. And they have like little quotes on them, or little bits of poetry, or like little sayings and jokes and stuff.
Sort of the live, laugh, love.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But then with more wisdom.
Yes. Sometimes they're also written with accents, like written into them. For some reason, it really annoys me.
But yeah. Depends on how many words there are. The words have different length as well. So you have to basically get the total length of words in the Bible, and then the total length per tile, and they can calculate the amount of tiles you'll need.
Okay. I was wrong. The Zeus ones are the ones with they have like images on them. The ones with the text I think are Fries then, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, let's actually get on to the news.
Yes.
So there's one very important thing that happened.
Do we start with the sad news or do we end with the sad news?
Yeah, we might as well start with it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I forget his name.
The same.
The Pope.
Yeah, the Pope passed away.
Yes. On the second Easter day. Which to everyone else who is not Dutch and is probably 100% of the audience, and that are now thinking, wait, there's a second Easter day? Yes, here in the Netherlands, we have 2 Easter days.
There's been a second Easter day.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand. There's 2 of them.
Which means more time off.
Yeah, it's stupid. I guess someone was just like, you know, Easter's always on Sunday, but we can't, like, the shop is already closed on Sunday. So let's also take the Monday off.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
So, yeah, we got 2 of them. Fun fact, a lot of companies are also closed on the Friday before it.
Yeah, so you have time to prepare for Easter, which usually involves like a brunch.
I guess so, but it's still kind of stupid. But Yeah, no, he, well, wait, what's his name? Franciscus?
I think so.
I
Or
think
you
so,
can just
yeah.
look it up, right?
Oh, right, I can actually, yeah. Pope. Oh, it's just Francis.
Yeah, probably just
Okay,
translation.
maybe. Regardless. Yeah, so he passed. And his, what is it? What do you call it? Like, for a moment I want to say coronation, but that's a king. Like, that's when a king gets the crown. What do you call it? Like
The ceremony, I
this, yeah,
guess.
I guess so, yeah. Uh, it's on Saturday. Now, there is something kind of funny about that, because that's King's Day for us, aka the King's birthday, which for some reason is like a really big holiday here. Um, and you would expect the king to go to the Pope, because they've actually, like, they've met before. I think our royal family is religious as well. I think they're Catholic, but I'm
And
not
this
sure.
pope is from Argentina as well as the queen.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, that as well. Our queen is, yeah. Um, so, but you know, it all, simultaneously, it's like it's his birthday. Actually, that's not even true. Technically, his birthday is on Sunday, but we don't celebrate it on Sunday. We celebrate it on Saturday because we need an excuse to close the shop. Um,
yes.
so,
Or we need an excuse for an extra day off, which is a valid
and
excuse.
yes, so then they thought about sending some guy from the royal family that no one had ever heard of before. And I think even that is now scrapped, and instead the prime minister and one other person from our politics are going.
Yeah, so they're sending in Schoof.
Yes, Skoof. Take Skoof.
Yeah,
um,
that sounds like a waste, but okay.
yeah, no. But yeah. I am kind of surprised how much it's actually in the news. Like, it has been on like every newspaper heading the past week.
Yeah, but the Pope is kind of big, you know. It's the Pope.
Yes, but like, is it? Do they have that much to talk about, in like, for it that it has to be on a headline in every single newspaper for every day the past week?
Apparently.
But yeah, uh, I guess we will see what the next pope is going to do whenever they, I don't know when they choose a new pope.
When we get the white smoke,
Uh,
because
yeah,
that's the way that's how they announce a new pope. They have like they
because
have
this
either
is,
black or white smoke depending on if there's a pope or not, with white smoke being
yeah, I know.
positive.
But this pope was like interesting in terms of being a pope.
This pope
You
was a lot
know,
more open and a lot more
you could
open-minded.
almost say progressive.
Yeah, which I don't see as a bad thing. I mean,
Simultaneously, he did actually use a slur to refer to homosexuals. But the caveat there is that his first language is not Italian, so he may have not intended it.
yeah.
And he did also say earlier that, like, about homosexual people, that he's like, I'm not gonna judge. Like, I'm not the one to judge that.
Yeah, so
So overall, I would say this was a pretty good pope.
emphasis on was.
Yes. And I'm not religious, so. But uh, other news. I've got some dumb Dutch news because our politicians just can't stop making dumb decisions.
That's what politicians are for.
Last time, we talked a little bit about the... I forgot the English word again, but the begroting, like the...
Just the budget for the year.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much the political budget, I guess, yeah. And how they, like... You know, they talked about it, except for the most important part. I also didn't mention that none of them mentioned where the money came from. So let's talk about that. Specifically, one really dumb aspect of it.
Where do they want to get the money from?
So, there's been this plan, and this plan has existed for like 40 years now, to make a railroad from Amsterdam, I think through Lelystad, all the way to Groningen. Yeah. So that's basically from our, for the people who don't know, that's from our capital to almost the most north in our, like the furthest north in our country. Because there is no good way for that right now. Like if you want to go by train, you gotta go around, and if they build this railroad, it would save over an hour of travel time.
Yeah, which is good because that makes train travel more viable.
Yes, and this idea has been there for 40 years. It has not been done yet because money. This is an expensive project. Our last like cabinet, our last freaking government set aside $3.5 billion to do this. That wasn't enough yet, but they were saving it up, right?
Yeah.
And now they have decided to make a railroad somewhere in the east, connecting a couple smaller cities with the budget for this really important railroad to the capital.
That they've basically said, instead of making this important thing, we're going to make this less important thing with the same with the budget for the important thing.
However, that, you know, it's not an as big a project, so they didn't take as much. But no, they took more of the money to spend on other projects as well. Like, and then they were trying to make it positive, and we're like, well, there's still like 600 million left. Yeah, 600 million of the 3.5 billion.
Yeah.
The fuck are they gonna do with that?
Nothing, because, well, you're gonna... It's not enough.
So yeah, no wonder none of them wanted to talk about where they got the money from.
Just... There's a general rule of thumb here. That if a politician doesn't want to talk about where stuff came from or doesn't want to answer questions, it's gonna be bad.
Probably, yes.
That is a general rule of thumb you could think of. Just is it bad? Then they don't want to talk about it. Is it good? Then they won't shut up about it.
Yeah.
That's that's how politicians are.
But you would think that this railroad would be like prioritized. Like, I don't understand what any of them are gaining from this.
As a train nerd, I think any railroad project should be prioritized.
So, well, they prioritized another one, but one that is really not that important.
You should prioritize the most important railroad connections first.
Like, it's apparently the Farmers Party wanted it. they didn't really give a good reason, as far as I know. It's just
Hmm.
like she thought the people wanted this, so they did this.
So as per usual, the politics make no sense.
Yeah. uh, what else do I remember from the news? This is a great episode.
Yes, because otherwise I'm gonna talk about my bullshit.
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Because I won an auction where I
Oh, yeah.
won
So did I.
15 signal lamps and 21 variable resistances,
Good God.
which I then had to pick up across the country because, of course, it's not nearby at all. It has to be far away. So I asked a friend well, he would ask dad's car. That was a possibility. So we took the car, drove it 100 kilometers to the destination, then spent like 20 minutes getting everything packed up and ready to go, which easy enough to do. They aren't that big, they're easy to lift. After that, we then spend another like 2 hours driving or longer back home. Cleaned the car, refueled, because if you're borrowing somebody else's car for a long distance, the least you can do is refuel it, and if you want to be fancy, you also clean it up. So you basically give back a clean and fueled car. Like, thanks for letting me borrow this so you didn't have to do anything. Here, now you can drive further with a clean car. I guess for the inconvenience, but if you can borrow someone's car that usually drives, then they probably don't need the car. So you're not really inconveniencing them at all. But yeah. Basically spent the entire day driving. We did see some idiots, including a Range Rover that cut us off. And shortly after that went to a petrol station to fuel up with expensive fuel that was €2.50 a liter, which, if I think it did, was like either $6 to $8 a gallon. So it's expensive fuel. It was next to a highway. Highway fuel is always expensive.
True.
That's why you should always look for fuel stations away from the highway, like as remote as possible, because you'll likely save up to 30 cents a liter just by spending like 20 to 40 minutes of your time. Ow. Yeah, it is. It was a lot of fun traveling. I mean, you're having fun traveling and you're getting to, you're picking up some fun stuff. It's a win-win. Speaking of picking stuff up, Jim, you might be... I'm not sure if I can, but I'll try.
Yep. For the people, I've got myself 3 more monitors. And you
Yeah.
might say, well, 3 monitors is pretty standard. Yeah, but I already have a 4th one and technically a 5th one.
Yeah. That's 5 monitors.
Yeah, but one of them is my drawing tablet, so it's mostly set to copy and, you know, I draw on it. I don't really use it as a monitor, but I can.
Oh, you sneaky little fast bastard. But yeah. It is... like, picking those up is not a difficult thing to do. It's more annoying to pick them up.
Yeah, I know.
Something that might take a while, like half a day if you have to go cross country, or if you don't have to go cross country, it might take a couple hours. Depends on the location.
Amsterdam is not that bad.
No, Amsterdam is not bad.
Unless in Groningen.
Let's pick it up in Heerenveen, which is kind of halfway. Which is already bad enough. Yeah, I might also at the same place pick up train seats. As I said, it's gonna be fun to pick those up.
I wonder what they would even say. Actually, probably nothing, because they sold them.
What, train seats or the monitors?
Yeah, the trains just seats, yeah.
Well, the thing is, in there they have like a big warehouse with all the stuff on pallets, of course, or just there if it's too big to go for a pallet or it has wheels. And well, yeah.
Okay.
It is sort of, it is fun to walk around. I'll tell you that much.
I have discovered
What have you discovered?
something kind of unfortunate.
What?
Doing shit manually looks better, which means it will take way longer.
Yeah, doing shit manually generally takes longer, but if it gives a better result, it gives a better result, right?
Yeah, and if I'm gonna build this giant fucking statue, then I want it to look good.
Yeah.
Damn, Quentin, why did he provoke me into this?
So you better get to working on it then.
Well, I got some, like, a basic shape that I can definitely work with.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that I might have to do the wing manually.
Well, if you make one, you can then mirror it to the other side, right?
Oh no, because I want them to be different.
You mirror it, then change it, so you'd have to build it from scratch.
Well, I want one to be folded and one to be completely spread out.
Yeah, they have to do both differently. Yeah, that's a lot of work. And also, speaking of a lot of work, well, not particularly work, more drinking.
Yeah.
Because, as some of you may know, I do streaming as well on the channel Book Person. I highly recommend taking a look at it. It's on YouTube as well as on Twitch. YouTube is for the VODs, Twitch is for the live stuff. And what I did is...
That's a stupid suggestion.
I got spammed with hydrate, because if on Twitch you have channel points, you can do stuff with it like saying hydrate and then I drink a glass of something. Probably water. But they were getting spammed and I was like, yep, I am gonna honor all of those. And then
I
I
wonder who
said,
spammed.
yeah, I wonder who as well. Hmm?
Yeah, do I know them?
Yes, you do, because you are the one.
Oh shit.
Of course you know him. It's you.
Well, that suggests that I know myself.
Yeah, but I have a total 85 glasses I have to drink, and I've done all 4 already. And I said if I get 50, I get a I'm gonna do a drinking stream. I get 60.
Did you count them?
Yeah, I counted them afterwards. So yeah, that does mean that I am obligated now to do a stream where all I do is just drink. So I'm just gonna grab
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get a 6-pack of those 1.5 liter bottles, like 9 liters in total.
So when are you gonna do this? Is this gonna be a Wednesday stream?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, but what I do is I'll probably have to recover.
No, really?
From drinking an absurd amount of water.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
No
I
one's
don't know.
ever died of water before. Oh
Well,
wait.
drowning. You can actually get water poisoning if you drink like 2 liters of water very quickly.
We live in the Netherlands. People die of water here all the time.
Well, either people are being found in the water or...
Well, yeah, or they took ecstasy and then it turned out that it wasn't legit, and so they get thirsty.
If you drink too much.
Yeah, that is one of the things. Like, if ecstasy, isn't because it's not legal, you can't really check what's in there.
If it's not properly manufactured. I spot you. So if you don't manufacture your drugs properly, which, first of all, why were you manufacturing drugs to begin with?
Because people buy them.
I guess. But why? Why manufacture them to begin with? Just don't.
For the money.
Yeah, but still, just don't.
Because you want a role in Undercover or something.
As an undercover drug manufacturer, you just...
No, the show Undercover.
Imagine doing that from a bed.
Oh, that would be an awesome parody show.
Welcome to Undercover. Undercover squared.
Just like a single episode of just Tom Wass just laying in bed.
Yeah, but like fully undercover, so like just... You could just stuff a couple of pillows under a cover, like under a bunch of blankets, and then they just leave it.
Yeah.
And then record that for 40 minutes, and then have that as a TV show, just a bunch of blankets.
So, for the people here in the Netherlands, we have like barely any good media.
If any.
But the good ones, they are all like crime or comedy. Or both. And one of them that's really good, at least for the first 2 seasons, like season 3, it was fine. It wasn't bad, but it did kind of feel like they ran out of stuff to do. But it's undercover. It's like Dutch and Belgium production. and it's actually really good. So if you ever want to watch something Dutch, you can go check that out. Because not sponsored.
Aw. Not sponsored?
No. You hook us up with a sponsorship with a freaking movie production, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I don't still kind of want to do is if anybody has a suggestion for a type of drink that is non-alcoholic and not too full of sugar, then I might send them an email asking them for a sponsorship. Like, are you willing to send me either money or stuff, and I will advertise your drink in a stream where all I do is drink?
What about, like, gamer subs?
I'm not gonna be drinking multiple liters of that.
No?
No, that is caffeine. I'm not gonna give myself a lot of doses of caffeine.
Seems perfectly fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Those are famous last words.
Well, I'm not the one about to drink it.
Well, true. I don't... Yeah.
You did this.
Yes, but you were the one that was spamming.
You made me do it.
Yeah, but my idea was if I were to if I were to get a lot of, well, I'm not sure if it worked actually.
I don't know either.
I was thinking, right? This is my way of thinking. Channel points being spent is are interactions with my stream. If I get interactions with my stream, I'm tired. People are gonna watch. Which the algorithm is gonna be like, oh yeah, this. Because interactions.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it worked.
I don't know.
It actually, usually I stream for 2 hours, but yesterday I streamed for 3. Which to me was a surprise, because usually I only last 2 hours, but if you have a chat, it was weird, I almost felt like guilty to stop the stream because I finally had 2 people chatting.
You have people chatting all the time.
Yeah, but with each other, not with me.
Oh. Well, that's not up to you. Like that's their problem.
Yeah. If you want to continue their chat, I guess they'll have to find each other on Twitch or contact each other through different means. I don't care what
like
platform. Even if it's that, I don't care. They want to talk to each other, so
there are so many memes about like Minecraft stuff on the hub.
I mean, it can be as innocent as how to build a base, which I find it funny on a website with a lot of explicit content. Just like,
yeah, exactly.
Just like the basic stuff, like how to build a base, how to do this, how to do that, how to defeat the Ender Dragon.
There was one that was like, my mom blocked YouTube. I'm looking for Minecraft content.
Yeah, first of all, how does a kid know how to look on that platform? That is your first problem. Like, why is the kid specifically looking there? That's a danger already. And second, you're not gonna find Minecraft content.
You don't know that.
That is true.
I'm sure there's someone uploading Minecraft content over there. For the joke.
I mean, we could put this podcast up there for a joke as well.
I was about to say, you're not telling me you wouldn't do that for the joke.
Should we?
We could. It would be very funny, actually.
How are they capturing? They're behind me.
It would be even funnier if that gets more views over there than over here on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, if we were to go fully on that platform, we would be able to talk about everything.
That is true.
Like, there won't be any topic that would get us demonetized. I guess there are some, but...
I could even update our images to be whatever.
Yes. You will no longer be bound by YouTube.
For the people who want to see a naked plant.
Just pretty... Oh yeah, those images, I thought like thumbnail stuff, but no.
Oh no, I meant I meant us.
Oh, then you could put other stuff on the shelves as well.
What would I put on there? Because this is stuff that is our interest, unless there's stuff that you haven't told me.
This is just a random bunch of bananas, like not even explicit, all just bananas. Just the long yellow things. Those.
Yeah.
Like the
Right.
long yellow things the minions are always excited about. There's nothing wrong with those.
Have you been following Avethia?
No.
Apparently, and this is like they always have like a recurring joke, right?
Yeah.
And in recent seasons, it has been some kind of product. I want you to guess what it is.
Bananas?
No.
Can I have a hint at least, so I know in which direction I have to go?
It's green.
It's
Green.
It's green. Does it start with a W?
Depends on how you want to look at it. But
Is it
possible.
a plant?
Sort of.
Is it used for smoking?
No.
That is not what I think it is.
It was a hint. Like it was originally an April Fool's thing, but then the company that made it decided to keep it due to success.
I have no idea.
It is a pickled shaped dildo.
Huh. That is...
We in the Netherlands have pickled shaped dildos.
How Amsterdam of them. Because you get lost in Amsterdam and or take a wrong direction, you're gonna see a lot of red lights. And it's not the police.
Could be the police as well.
Or they might sing Rocktown, I'm not sure. If you don't get that reference, skill issue. Listen to better music.
Did you just call Dutch music good?
I'm talking about the police.
Oh. I
Dutch music
misheard.
is still garbage.
Yeah, I misheard.
Yeah.
anything else, though?
I mean, my list is totally empty now, but
Well, that's unfortunate.
I only made the list 1 minute before we started, as per usual. As per usual, I was perfectly on time with the making of the list.
Well, that seems to suggest that I made one too.
Yeah, I actually try and make one, at least. I put more effort into these podcasts.
I mean, to be fair, I drew this whole thing.
Fair enough. That is true.
No, but like, I know I'm not gonna sit in front of the TV with a notebook.
Yeah,
Actually, I could. It would be kind of funny.
but
See what
also
my parents had to say about it.
because I heard a couple days ago that I actually... Like, if we did it on Tuesday, it would have been better, because that's when I actually got the message that I officially graduated.
Oh yeah.
Because I just got to send a message saying, "Oh yeah, you're through the exam committee, done. You no longer..." Or just more like, "Well, you're done with school now."
Yeah, in that exact tone as well. Like,
Well, there wasn't a lot to it, I'll tell you that much. Like, they could have added a little bit more to it, but they didn't, so...
I still haven't heard anything.
No, you'll probably hear it next... Then you'll probably hear it next week, because... Or...
Yeah, probably.
You should have heard something today then, probably, if they... Because today's Thursday.
Oh, I have not. So... I guess I could send a message asking when he expects it.
Yeah, because... What we
Wait,
did,
actually, did you get it over WhatsApp or do you get it through email?
I got it over WhatsApp from the teacher, which...
Right.
doesn't really say anything.
Because I haven't checked my school email in a very long time.
Me neither. Probably should.
Yes, probably.
We should check it at some point, but don't see the point in it because... Well, I also have to start up my laptop, which I haven't done in like almost a week now. No, a week specific, like exactly a week. Because I haven't had a need to start up my laptop since you only used it for school. Oh yeah, and the Wi-Fi chip is dead.
Again.
It died after my presentation. Like, I was done with the presentation, I put it down, and I thought like, wait, I don't have Wi-Fi. Then I went and looked, and the Wi-Fi symbol was gone. Usually if you have a Windows laptop and you press your Windows key, you will find a Wi-Fi logo where you can then connect with other stuff. But if you don't see it, and I still have to check my device manager, which when this stuff doesn't work and you know that device manager exists, you're gonna be in there a lot. Because as soon as things start to play up, you're gonna be, oh. How did he... Yeah. It'll be your device manager, and you will be trying stuff like turning it off, removing it, reactivating it. A lot of different stuff just to get it working again. And of course it won't work. Eventually, I do have a couple more of those chips, so I could swap them out. But I don't have a need for that laptop anymore, so I think I'll just don't not bother with it anymore. I can turn that laptop. I can theoretically turn the laptop into a server.
I mean, that would actually be pretty nice, probably.
There would be would still be the electrical cost. I think that's probably why servers cost money.
Yes.
Electricity.
Yes.
I'm not sure if the laptop will run without a battery if it's connected to a charger.
I don't know.
If it can't pull directly from... I mean, I can't test it out. If it doesn't work, and if it breaks the laptop, oh no, I didn't need it anymore anyway, so... Solved the problem. But yeah. That laptop has served me for 4 years now. And it has served me through the start of school, all the way through the end. And I've used it as my main gaming PC, my school PC, my school laptop. I've used it for everything. And it has had thermal paste problems. It is an MSI, which I'm convinced stands for major skill issue. Because all the thermal paste was dried up, like completely hard. There was more next to it than on it. And like on the actual contact, like on the actual surfaces that need thermal paste, which it's thermal paste. It needs a good connection. It needs to be squeezed on there, and it helps with thermal conductivity, so the heat that your PC makes actually gets moved away from the hot parts that are producing the heat, so they can produce more heat instead of overheat and die, which PCs are quite prone to do, especially gaming laptops. Like, gaming laptops are kind of prone to overheating. So that's why replacing the thermal paste or just having it is already... Well, replacing thermal paste is always a good idea, but otherwise you're just gonna be stuck with overheating, bad performance. You'll notice your thermal paste is bad if you're suffering from these conditions, right? If you don't do anything, start up a light program, and it immediately starts blowing the fans. So you're like, you just started it up and your fans are already blowing at max speed, and you're thinking this shit is gonna lift off. That is basically the indicator for bad thermal paste. Because it cannot cool, or at least not as well as it should. So even the slightest bit of performance already makes it heat up and then start to thermal throttle, which is limiting itself to prevent full overheating and full meltdown, full breaking, full go buy a new PC because this one broke situation. Yeah, replacing thermal paste is a little bit tricky. You do have to keep track of, you do have to remove a lot of parts. So if you don't want to do that, bring it, if it's still under warranty, say that it's overheating and hope to get a replacement. At least back up your files first onto a different device, so even if it's on a different disk, so you don't lose everything. And then return it, and then once you get it back, you have a new one. And if that's not happening, or if you don't have warranty, and you cannot fix it yourself, just bring it to a bring it to like one of those shops that does maintenance. And otherwise, do it yourself. I would recommend keeping track of all the screws and keep a track of how things went apart, any things you unplug. Be very careful, PCs are fragile. And don't use too much thermal paste, but use enough. And put everything back together. Yeah, that is basically all there is to what I have to say about PCs. And thermal paste and overheating in my laptop that is now in a bag still. Because then I could check my school mail and see if I have an invitation to actually graduate, to get my diploma and then be done with it. So yeah, I guess, Jim, do you have anything to talk about? Or
Um, not really, actually.
no?
No.
Let me check the news. We haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah, true.
We haven't done the easiest part of this, which is open an app and check it. Which, let's see. Well, we have a bunch of protests. Well, apparently, Chinese EVs are popular in Europe, which makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, most EVs, like, it started with Tesla, but Tesla's kind of have a bad reputation these days because of a certain Elon Musk doing a bunch of bad shit all in a row, and then yeah, engine being weird in general. Plus, those Chinese EVs are better. They are cheaper. They have the same range. They are just better.
There's just one problem I have with them.
What?
They are Chinese.
Yeah, but if you're in the market for an EV and you want the best option, then Chinese it is right now. There isn't
That
really
is not to be racist. That is to be political.
Yeah, they are. The reason they're cheap is working conditions.
Yeah, but I'm more talking about how they're what do you call it?
What their lead?
Yeah, their leader, like the freaking. Not just Xi Jinping, also just the entire what's it called?
The
Chinese.
the CCP.
Yeah, CCP. Yeah.
Yeah. We also apparently they're saying that King's Day is going to be dry and sunny, which is if anybody knows the Dutch weather, you know that during events, especially across the entire country, there is going to be rain. I don't know how, but it's a constant, and there's almost always, almost sometimes if you're really lucky, it stays dry, but it's almost always wet.
I mean, I'm sure that on King's Day it's just usually wet anyway.
Yeah.
If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's actually, I'm kind of happy with that. That's a hood. I like that.
Let's see. This is actually an interesting one. The police sees a rise in robberies in 2025 with a lot more younger robbers, which to me kind of makes sense, actually. The fact that a lot more young people are robbing places. Because what's one thing that young people don't have? That
Well, then
older.
they should probably start working.
Yes, but if the work that you do doesn't give you enough money,
Well, then work somewhere else.
you don't always have that option.
Mate, there was that guy, like a kid that started like some kind of renting service at age 14. Like he had a company.
Yeah, but not everybody can do that. Not everybody's in that
No,
position.
true.
Not everybody's
True.
rich.
You don't have to be rich for that.
That is true, but you need to have some money. If you live in poverty, you're not going to have any money to do anything. You may have some money in the beginning of the month once you just get it, but that runs out quite rapidly. And then you're in a position where you're basically spending all your time either doing nothing or having to rob places to get stuff. Wait, I found some other funny news. There are the first like e-scooters with number plate are going to be on Dutch roads soon.
Nice.
Let's see what kind of a number plate is probably gonna. They're probably gonna require a helmet. Oh, it's just gonna cost 18 euros to get a number plate on your scooter. Usually costs 50. So what else do we have? Not really. There isn't really any other news that I can find. Wait, hold on.
Oh, you just found news.
Apparently, some people were smuggling ants. Some Belgians.
Why? What?
They were smuggling valuable ants from Kenya and what? They had 5,000 ants?
Right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, sure. I always do that too, like
Imagine working at customs and you suddenly find 5,000 ants
an ant colony
in more than 2,200 small tubes. Like,
oh my god.
you open up a bag and just see a bunch of ants. That. Why?
I have no idea.
Let's see what else do we have. What? China and Russia want to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. That is a good one. That's funny. Like a nuclear reactor on the moon. What are you gonna do with it? It's on the moon.
You can recharge your ship.
Oh, they're want to have a permanent research base on the moon.
And if it happens to explode somehow, then nothing will actually get damaged.
It might
It's on the
move.
moon. What?
It might move the moon.
How big do you think an explosion of that would be? Would it have that much force? I don't think so.
No, I guess more going to be a meltdown. But yeah. Yeah, there's not really any more news. Yeah, not really. Hold on. Oh, come on. 50 cats have apparently been abandoned at a campsite. There were apparently 180
Why?
illegal immigrants there for just labor. And apparently they all left and more than 50 cats stayed behind.
Uh-huh.
That is kind of sad. And they were fearing for an explosion of kittens, which, if you have 50 cats running around one place, you are basically expecting a bunch of kittens because there are going to be fights, there's going to be more action, even more action with maybe some more action, and then a lot of kittens with more kittens and even more kittens. So yeah. And I think that's again basically it. Apart from the fact that over 600 kilos of cocaine has been found between avocados.
Right. How long have we been going?
We are currently going for 1 hour and 3 minutes, according to
Okay.
OBS.
Okay, so in that case, I think we might as well end it because like
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the news. I've scrolled through enough news. It is all basically the same.
okay, wait, can we quickly end it on a somewhat cursed image?
If you send me the cursed image, then I will take a look at the
Oh,
cursed image.
I will share my screen.
You can see. They can take a look at my background. They can take a look at an old car. Apparently, this is a cursed image.
I mean, it's not that bad, but it is slightly uncanny right now.
The bottom makes it slightly uncanny.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I find it kind of uncanny how that face is actually kind of good.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy to me.
The legs do require more work.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm gonna work on that.
Just leg. Right now, it's just poop.
Yes.
It's not like you put like a roll of kitchen paper, you know?
Yeah, it kind of is.
You stuck a ball on
Also,
top
I mean,
and
not just the like, also the torso.
it's just a ball.
Yeah.
It requires more work.
Yes. But yeah.
But yeah, I guess that is it. So as I'm not sure how this coordination is gonna go, but we're gonna try a new outro.
Oh right.
We're not experts.
Yeah, but we were here.